Hello everyone, my name is Sujata. Welcome to day 3 yoga challenge. The base of today's yoga asanas practice is going to be, we begin from all fours and the base is on all fours. We'll do a short asana practice followed by a short pranayama practice as usual and a short meditation practice as usual. So let's begin. So coming onto all fours, your wrists are roughly underneath your shoulders, your knees are roughly underneath your hips, and we'll begin by doing circles on our wrists. Trying to put your weight on all 4 corners of the palms. When you go upwards, feeling the weight on your fingers as well. Keeping your fingers nicely spread out. Change direction. Few rotations. This will build stronger wrists. Wonderful. Coming to a stop. Now, taking your fingers, lifting them up, hold. Lifting your heels, hold. Lifting your fingers, lifting your heels. Few more times. Fingers, heels. Fingers, heels. Last one, lifting your fingers, lifting your heels. Lovely. Coming onto all fours again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck both of our toes in. Lift the knees off the mat only a few inches. Engaging your stomach muscles, hold. We'll hold for around 5 breaths. Releasing your knees down, fantastic. Releasing the tops of your toes down, and we'll start doing the cat-cow pose. So releasing your stomach down, head out, tailbone out, rounding your back, Marjarasana. Feeling the stretch on your shoulder blades, arms. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, round. Breathe in, stretch. Gently pushing your tailbone out, head out. Rounding your back, scrunching your stomach muscles in. 2 more. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, round. Coming to a neutral posture. From this, we are going to do the 3-legged cat variation. So we're going to lift our right hand off the mat. Lift your left leg off the mat. A bit of a balance here as well. Again, 5 breaths, hold. Feeling that stretch from your right wrist all the way to the left foot. Hopefully you should start to feel some heat building. Release your right hand, release your left foot. Lifting your left hand once you feel nicely settled, lifting your right foot off the mat. Again, feeling the stretch from the left hand all the way to the right foot. 5 breaths. Releasing your left hand, releasing your right knee. We'll now start to go back and forth. So taking your hips slightly backwards, coming onto your wrists, a gentle back and forth. Now you can, if you want to, go quite deep and sit down on your heels, coming into the modified child's pose and coming all the way down into a sort of modified upward facing dog, the Shavasana and Shashankasana. Or you can keep it quite shallow and just do a gentle back and forth, your choice. We'll repeat this around 6 times. Coming forwards, breathe in. Going back, breathe out. Two more. Wonderful. Coming back to a neutral posture. From here, we're going to start to work on our hips. So we'll begin by doing a gentle wag the tail pose. So wagging your tail to the right, looking over your right shoulder, wagging your tail to the left, looking over your left shoulder, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Two more. Wonderful. Coming back to center, working on the same sort of principle, we're going to lift our right foot, point it, take it, cross it all the way to the left, rest that foot on the mat on the left, push your hips to the right, look over your left shoulder, hold. 5 breaths. Lifting that leg, releasing the right knee back into place. Lifting the left leg, stretching the left foot out. Taking the left leg all the way to the right, resting the foot on the mat. Pushing your hips to the left, looking over your right shoulder. Again, hold for 5 breaths. Wonderful. Bringing your knees back to where they were. We're going to tuck both of our feet in now. We're going to sit back onto our heels and do the toe torture. We may have done this in the last video. We're just doing the toe torture again. Hands in prayer. Coming back onto all fours, we're going to work on our hips now, releasing the tops of your toes on the mat, lifting your right knee towards the right, lifting your right knee towards the back, and releasing it down. So you're not quite letting your right knee touch the mat. If you can, you're keeping it lifted. And again, sideways, backwards, downwards, sideways, backwards, downwards. One more round, sideways, backwards, downwards, reverse, backwards, sideways, downwards, backwards, sideways, downwards. One more, one last round. Wonderful. We'll be doing the same on the other side. Let me just show you the other side. So, doing exactly the same on the other side, lifting your left knee to the back, sideways, downwards, not letting your knee touch the mat. If you can, if you need to, then no problems. Lift, sideways, downwards. 2 more. Lift, sideways, downwards. Lift, sideways, downwards. And now go the opposite direction. So sideways, backwards, down. Sideways, backwards, down. Sideways, backwards, down. This time we'll begin by touching the left knee on the mat. Now we're going to lift this left knee, flex that knee upwards, trying to, if your balance is good, trying to grab that ankle foot with your right hand, making a hook with your ankle, pushing your hand and ankle in opposite directions, and maybe looking up. Hold for 5 breaths. This is testing your balance as well as giving you a stretch. Wonderful. Release, doing the same on the other leg. Lift your right leg, bend the right knee, flex that left foot if you want to now or later, with your left hand, grabbing the ankle, foot, toe, wherever your hand can easily go. Now if your hand is not reaching the leg, you can grab onto the trouser leg and still do the same. Yeah, and if you can't, then just do whatever you can. Now, lift, stretch, looking upwards. 5 breaths. Releasing your knee, releasing your hand. So taking your right foot on the outside of the right palm, and we're going to take our right hand behind our head, rounding, tapping with your right elbow downwards, breathing in, open. We'll do this 2 more times. Tap, breathe in, open. One last round. Tap, breathe in, open. Now we'll stretch our hand out and hold, looking upwards as much as you can. 5 breaths. Releasing this right palm downwards, and we're going to start to straighten this right knee. You can move the right palm towards the outside of the right leg. Hold. And now see if you can flex this right foot in, adjust the length between your leg and your hips, trying to square your hips, so trying to take the right hip gently backwards and take the left hip gently forwards. Keeping this flex, trying to keep your right knee as straight as you can. Wonderful. We'll repeat all of that on the other side. So, taking the left foot on the outside of the left hand, bending your elbow, tap, breathe in, twist open, tap, breathe in, twist open, 2 more, tap, breathe in, twist open, last round, tap, breathe in, twist open, straighten your hand, looking up. Releasing your hand down, keeping your leg where it is, or maybe bringing it in slightly, taking the left hand on the outside of your left foot if you need to, keeping the whole of the foot on the mat and starting to straighten this left knee. If you have the capacity, I should have said that on the other side as well, you can take your head towards your knee. 5 breaths. Excellent. Flexing this left foot in, maybe adjusting the leg to your height, keeping your left knee straight as much as you can. Now, if balance is a problem, you can tuck this back foot for a better balance. Taking your head towards your knee if you can, if you want. Wonderful. Taking that left knee back, a bit of a challenge pose now. So we're going to lift our right leg up again, like we did in the Marjarasana. We're going to bend in our elbows. See if you can tap your forehead down to the mat or chin down to the mat. 2 breaths. Wonderful. Coming up, doing the same on the other side. So stretching your left leg, lifting it, bending in your elbows, forehead towards the mat. Lift, bringing your knee back to center. Tucking all of your 10 toes. We're going to do a brief downward facing dog. So lifting your knees, pedaling your heels a few times, stretching your calves. Trying to release down with your heels, pushing your head between your arms, lifting your hips, engaging your shoulder blades, pushing the floor away. 5 breaths. Lifting your heels as high as they can go, releasing your heels to the right. Lift, releasing your heels to the left. And one more time, lift to the right, lift to the left. Coming back to center, Lift your heels, release your heels. Release your knees down. Sit back on your heels, arms by the sides of your legs, releasing your head down. Last asana, Shashangasana. Rest in the Shashangasana for 5 breaths. Breathing in, sitting up, getting ready for pranayama and meditation. Just like the last 2 sessions, sitting in any posture that you want to. And we will do the Anulom Vilom again, alternate nose breathing. If you want, you can use the Nasika Mudra, which is tucking both the index finger and the middle finger to the center, or pushing it out, basically using the ring finger, middle finger and thumb to close your nostril one at a time. Just like yesterday, we will do the alternate nose breathing where we start from the left nostril, breathe out from the right, breathe in from the right, breathe out through the left nostril. We'll keep our breathing nice and slow, the inhale as well as the exhale. We'll keep it nice and slow, nice and deep. I've set the timer for a couple of minutes. Let's begin. Remembering to keep your back nice and straight. Using wall support is absolutely okay. We will move on to the meditation practice, followed by the Shavasana. Sitting in any posture at all, closing your eyes down. A quick reminder, the mantra that we use is either I am, like the English words I am, or I am, like the Sanskrit words I am. We're going to repeat this mantra over and over again in our heads for the next few minutes till our timer goes. You may notice every now and again that your attention has wavered. You just gently bring your attention back to your I am mantra. Gently coming out of your meditation, lying down on your backs for Shavasana. Keeping some distance between your legs, letting your toes fall out. Palms are facing up. Starting to relax both of your legs, both of your feet. Relaxing your lower back. Relaxing your shoulders. Releasing and relaxing both of your hands. Softening the whole of your face. Keeping your awareness on your breathing. If you have a few more minutes, feeling free to carrying on with the Shavasana. If you need to get up, I will see you tomorrow. If you are liking this challenge, if you're enjoying practicing with me, then please do subscribe to the channel.